Duck Game is an indie Steam game made by Adult Swim Games in 2015 that's been completely forgotten. This video serves as a personal send-off for Duck Game because realistically, the game is dead and it takes several minutes to get into a match with one or two other people. I've played it for 5 years now and I've put my fair amount of time in, and other people I've played with, a tiny bit more. But me and many others think the game's a masterpiece and I just want to showcase that. So at this point, I've talked Duck Game up, but I haven't actually explained what it is. Duck Game is a 2 to 8 player party game where you're just ducks, wearing hats, shooting each other. And while it is very simple, what makes it great are all the nuances. The humor, retro style, the music, the low skill floor and high skill ceiling, everything just works together to make a great game, and the devs accomplish this very well. One thing that really drew me personally into the game was how complex the game really was, and how the game is purely skill-based. In this next section, I'm going to go over many of the game mechanics in Duck Game that improve gameplay and make it a much more enjoyable experience overall. In Duck Game, there are what I like to call simple mechanics and complex mechanics. Simple mechanics are things like walking, jumping, and shooting. Simple mechanics like those are in many games, duck related or not. One simple mechanic in not many other games is flapping. When falling, you can flap your wings to slow your fall. This mechanic will be much more important later and will help with many other more complex mechanics. Complex mechanics are mechanics that are specific to Duck Game and are much more difficult to do because you need a specific set of inputs with quick timing. Complex mechanics include ragdoll jumping, angle shooting, wall and door clipping, and shooting through walls. All of them are very difficult. First one I will cover is ragdoll jumping because it's the easiest to do. With ragdoll jumping, you just need to jump and ragdoll at the same time. Doing this allows you to reach areas where you would not be able to normally reach. The next complex mechanic is door and wall clipping. Clipping is done by ragdolling into a door or specific wall and then unragdolling around a quarter second later. If done correctly, you can get above the original area or inside a wall. This can be extremely useful with hiding or getting to areas quicker than usual. In this example, I got to the boots on top before the other player because I used a door clip. The next mechanics are angle shooting and fire jumping. In order to perform an angle shot, you need to be falling and flapping your wings. The reason you need to be flapping your wings is because when you're flapping them, your gun is pointed up. When you go from aiming forward to flapping, you can shoot in an upward angle. When you turn while you're already flapping, you can turn and shoot at the same time to fire at a downward angle. Learning to do angle shots on the fly can help you get many cool shots. One important mechanic of this is that on many guns, the recoil is powerful enough to send you flying. So if you can repeatedly shoot downward shots, you can essentially fly. Fire jumping is an offshoot of angle jumping. To do a fire jump, you just need to fire your gun and jump at the same time. This will give you a larger jump. One of the things that Duck Game is well known for is its music and sound design. What I'm showing right here is the soundtrack to Duck Game. Duck Game's music has a great feel to it that fits the rest of the game very well. In fact, all of the music that I've used for this video so far has only been music from Duck Game. Another big thing is the sound design. The way the guns sound and feel, jumping, quacking, walking around. and just ambient and less noticeable things. Every single noise in Duck Game is well done and has a purpose. I'm just going to show some of the gameplay with the audio so you can get a feel for how the audio in this game really is. The art style and the personality of the game is extremely memorable. The super realistic ducks as cover art, the retro looking ducks in the game, the many possible hats that are in the game and that you can make, ducks having feathers spew out instead of blood, when you get burned to death you become a chicken dinner, and the huge arsenal that you have at your disposal. The amount of effort the devs have put into the game to have a sizable amount of good maps, weapons, and hats in the game is great. Even after 7 years, there are still people who love this game, including me. The amount of time I and others have put into the game is insane. I don't regret it at all. Duck Game is one of the very few games that I consider a masterpiece, and I want others to feel the same.